Growth in You, your meditation podcast to feel more present, alive, and fulfilled. Hello, and welcome back to this week's practice, where we will do an impermanence meditation. Before we start, I want to give you a little background, as this makes the practice even more effective. The human brain is wired for predictability. And from an evolutionary standpoint, consistency meant safety. If you knew where the food was, where the threats were, what to expect, you survived. So naturally, your nervous system learned to prefer the known over the unknown, even when the known isn't good for you. The problem is, though, nothing stays the same. Not your body, not your relationships, not your circumstances, not even your sense of who you are. Everything is in constant movement, and the gap between what the brain wants, which is stability, and what reality actually offers, which is constant change, that gap is one of the deepest sources of human suffering. Buddhists have a word for this, anicca, impermanence, the idea that all conditioned things are in a state of continuous change. And they didn't frame this as depressing. They framed it as the most important thing you could come to terms with, because once you stop fighting it, something shifts. Now, you don't need to be a Buddhist to work with this. You just need to be honest enough to admit that most of your suffering doesn't come from things ending. It comes from your resistance to things ending instead. Today's meditation is all about that. We're not going to bypass it or spiritual bypass our way into some blissed out acceptance. We're going to sit with it, look at it, and see if there's something on the other side of the resistance that's actually worth finding. So let's jump right into it. Find a comfortable position, either laying down or seated with your spine straight. Slowly close your eyes and take a moment to arrive. Let whatever happened today behind and see how present you can become. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth and let everything go. One more breath in through the nose and a big exhale through the nose. Then return to your natural breathing rhythm and without controlling it, just let it happen. While watching your breath happen on its own, notice something simple. Notice that your breath is already changing. The inhale is not identical to the last one. The exhale is slightly different each time. Even the rhythm shifts without you doing anything. So change is happening all the time without you asking for it. Let that just be there for a moment. Now put your attention on your body and scan through it. Not looking for anything, just noticing what is there. Find one sensation. It might be tightness, stiffness, warmth, tingling, pressure, a sense of lightness, whatever is most present right now, and bring your attention to this sensation. Just watch it without trying to change or analyze it. Just observe it the way you would watch something from a distance. Is it the same as it was 10 seconds ago? Notice how it shifts. Maybe it intensifies or softens. Maybe it moves or starts dissolving the moment you really look at it. That's the nature of every sensation. Nothing is fixed. Everything arises, changes, and passes without you doing anything. Bring your attention to your heartbeat. You might feel it in your chest, your throat, or the tips of your fingers. Each beat exists exactly once. The one that just happened, it's already gone and will never happen again. And another one came, and that one too is already history. Your body has been doing this your entire life, constant movement, constant change, even when you thought everything was still. There's nothing to do with this information, just let it sink in. Now gently shift your attention to your mind. Don't try to clear it. Don't try to stop thoughts from coming. Instead, just watch them. When a thought arises, just label it quietly. A memory, a plan, a worry, or just thinking, whatever it is, and then watch what happens to it. Notice how thoughts don't actually stick around for long on their own. They arise, they have some kind of energy for a moment and then fade away. Can you remember what thought was in your mind 2 minutes ago? You probably don't know. It's gone and you're still here, still the one watching. Your thoughts are not you, they pass through you. Let them come and go. You don't need to chase them or push them away. Just notice everything that arises. Every feeling, every image, every story. It all moves, nothing stays fixed. Now I invite you to go somewhere a little more personal. Think of something in your life that changes, something you didn't choose for it to change, something you wanted to stay the way it was. Maybe a relationship that ended, a version of yourself you had to leave behind, a chapter of your life that closed before you felt ready, a place you had to leave, or simply a time you can't get back. You don't need to pick the biggest thing, just something real. Let yourself feel the weight of it for a moment. Not to spiral, just to actually acknowledge that it's there, that it mattered, and that it changed, and that some part of you still hasn't fully made peace with that. See if you can feel that somewhere in your body. Is there a tightness somewhere? A heaviness, whatever it is you can notice. Don't try to release it, just let it be exactly as it is and give it space. Now ask yourself, did holding on help? Not holding on in the sense of loving it, or missing it, or honoring it. Those are real and valid. but the grip, the resistance, the part of you that thinks this shouldn't have changed. Did that part make anything easier? Most of the time when we really look at it, the suffering wasn't the change itself. The suffering was the fight against it, the story that it shouldn't have happened, the energy spent trying to keep something in place that was already moving. Impermanence doesn't mean it didn't matter. It doesn't mean you weren't allowed to love it. It doesn't mean you have to pretend it's fine. It just means you're allowed to grieve it fully and still let it move. Take some deep breaths here. Let whatever came up just sit with you for a moment. You don't need to resolve it. This moment right now, the one you're sitting in, exists exactly once. The specific quality of light wherever you are, the temperature, the particular state of your body and mind at this exact second, it will never be replicated. This combination of conditions will never come together in exactly this way again, and that could feel like a loss, or it could feel like something else entirely. If this moment is fleeting, so every difficult moment is. So is every feeling of not being enough, every period of confusion or stagnation or pain. Those too are impermanent. Those too are moving, even when they don't feel like it. The person you are today is not who you will be in 5 years, not because you will have more success, more clarity, more whatever, but because you are genuinely not fixed. The identity you're holding so tightly right now, the beliefs about what you're capable of, the story about who you are, those are also impermanent. They are also changing. You are not stuck, you are in motion. You have always been in motion. Impermanence isn't your enemy, it's the very structure that makes growth possible. If nothing could change, you couldn't either. Just let that sink in. Slowly prepare to let the practice go. Feel the weight of your body, the points of contact with the ground or the chair. Feel the temperature of the air. Take a slow breath in and a long exhale. Before you open your eyes, carry one question with you. What's one thing you've been gripping a little too tightly lately? Not asking you to let go of it right now, just notice the grip. To bring some awareness to where the resistance is, that awareness alone is the beginning of something. Take one more breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes and thank yourself for taking the time to practice. If you liked the practice, share it with a friend or loved one and come back to it whenever you need it. I'm happy to have you back next week. Much love, Johannes.